So today we're going to play Fort. It's from Leader Games. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and above. It takes about 20 to 40 minutes to play. It's designed by Grant Rodick, developed by Nick Brackman, and with art by Kyle Ferrin. I don't know if I said them correctly, but I'm sure someone will correct me if I did. So I have filmed this video before and I accidentally deleted the setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the game now on this table as we would for 2 players, and then we're going to cut to the playthrough that I did last week that I accidentally deleted. So here we go. So in Fort, you're playing as a kid who wants to build the best fort. You do that with help from your best friends and by collecting pizza, which is one of these, pizza, and toys. I've got the Cats and Dogs expansion with the game, and that is what we're going to play with today. So just pour these into a little tray. I got this tray from Geeky Meatballs, which I got at Aircon. Shout out to them, 3D printing. They don't sponsor the video, but you know, if they want to give me free stuff. Hi! So, we're going to get first. Unpack our box. We're going to play with 2 players. I think when I played, we played pink. And we played green. This is our fort tracker, shall we say. So here we have our level of the fort, our pack, our stuff, our yard, our lookout, and our turn summary. Each player has one of these. Each person also gets a little memory aid to let you know what all the symbols mean. And we have our victory tracker, our score points tracker, and our park. Each of you have 2 best friends. They're listed on the back. So Blades and Zip, and Ace and Sparky. Sparky, Blades, Zip, Ace. And the other best friends for the other colours going back in the box. We know that they're our best friends because they've got a little star here. So once we've got our victory track out and we've got our player areas, in our box of resources we have counters. One of them goes on our fort level, one of them on our victory track. So we'll do the same for pink. We also get our dog house. This is just because we're playing with the Cats and Dogs expansion. We decide which player goes first and they get the lucky rock. And we put the macaroni sculpture by the victory track. We have cards, which are our perks. We earn these when we get to a level 2 fort, and they can work throughout the game, giving us, as the name suggests, a perk. We give these a shuffle, and we put out 1 more than there is people playing. So 1, 2, 3. We also have made up rules. These go for endgame scoring. Again, give them a shuffle and put out 1 for every one there is plus 1 extra. These go face down. Because we're playing with the Cats and Dogs, we also get, again, 1 per player plus 1 extra cat. So we've put 3 of them down. I think these are the 3 we played in the game that we're going to watch. And then we deal our hand. If we weren't playing with Cats and Dogs, everyone would have 10 kids in their hand. That's 8 random kids and their 2 best friends. The cards come in different suits, which are shown here. We've got a crown, a wild card, book, water gun, spade, skateboard, glue. And they show a couple of things. You've got your crown to begin with, then you've got your public action. Once you'll finish your go, you can be the leader and see if any of the other players want to do the exact same. To do that, they have to put down a card from their hand of the same suit in order to copy your action. You also have your private action. This is one that only you can do and your fellow players can't copy. If you ever need help for what they mean, for example, this one means add pizza or toy to your stuff. And the bottom one can trash a card that's in a rival's yard and then add a pizza. Have then, per, sometimes they're all explained. When we play with the cats and dogs, we don't have 10 kids, we have 7 kids and 3 dogs. Dogs are similar to the kid cards, they've got the suits as you can see, but they have different rules that they take. Let's look at these two for example. This one, it just needs a card in your lookout and you need to spend something, a resource, and that gives you an extra 2 points on your victory track. Or this one, you need a fort level of 1 on your fort level track and 2 extra glue sticks to play with this card, and you can gain 3 resources from the supply and add them to either your stuff or your pack. So we get 3 of these each. 1, 2, 3. And then 5 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest of the dogs go back in the box, and then you put 3 cards out that kids that are already hanging out and playing in the park. And now you're ready to play. Let's get into the game. So I'll be going first. First thing we want to do is we shuffle our 10 cards. We deal 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is our hand, the other is our deck, and then we'll have our discard pile afterwards. First thing we do is discard our yard. As it's the first round, there's no one in our yard yet, so we just ignore that for now. Then we play 1 card. We may play, so see what it does. This one. I'm going to play a sweet pea. So as we can see, the public action is that we can get 1 thing in our pack per any glue that we have. Our pack, we can store 1 plus our fort levels. At the moment we can only store 1 because 1 plus 0. So as we've got 1 glue, as we've only got 1 glue, I get 1 thing in my pack. So I'm going to take pizza. The private action is I can take a toy per the glue. So I also take a toy per glue. Then, as the leader, I'll see if anyone wants to follow me, and if pink would also like to take the public action if they're able to. So I have 1 glue stick, so I'm going to follow. See, the suit matches. So I'm going to follow their private action, and I'm going to take 1 thing into my pack per the amount of glue sticks that they have. So I'm going to take a toy. Now Penny will go into my discard pile. Now they've followed and their friend goes into their discard pile. I will go on to phase 3, which is recruit. I can take someone from their yard, the park, or I can choose blind. I am going to choose Blitz, I think. So Blitz and Sweet Pea go straight into my discard pile. And the cards that have been in my hand go into my yard. If any of my best friends are in my hand at the time, they don't go into the yard, they stay with me at all times, they're loyal, they go into my discard pile. I then draw my hand back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing I forgot to do was check the cats. So Dumpling is attracted to 3 cards at the end of your turn. Cats are fickle, so they go where they please. I've got 4 cards in my yard, so Dumpling comes with me. Scavengers attracted to 2 glue sticks in their yard, not here. And bandits attracted to 2 skateboards, again, not here. Now, I take from my hand. Because I already discarded one of my friends from before, I only have 4 friends to choose from this time round. Step 1, always discard your yard. Again, first time there's no one in my yard yet. Then I'm going to play 1 card. I'm going to choose Bug, who's got a spade for their suit. And I'm going to partner him with Blades, who's got a wild card. So this is now 2 times. For my public action, I get pizza per the amount of spades I have. So 1, 2 being the wild card. So I take 2 pizza and put them in my stuff. For my private action, I get 1 victory point per what my fort level is. My fort is at 0, so I get no victory points. Then I find out if green would like to follow my lead. So I check my hand. I've got no spades. I could use my wild card, but I'm not going to use that right now. I don't want to use that. So I'm not gonna copy his action. So now I get to recruit. I can recruit from their yard, from the park, or blind. And I think I'm going to take Dash from your yard. These will go in the discard pile. Anyone that I didn't use this round goes into my yard. And I draw 5 from my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I drew 5 from my deck into my hand. And that's the end of my go. So now we go back to my turn. Phase 1, discard from your yard. Dogs don't get discarded to your own discard pile. Because they like to be loved, they don't like to be lonely. So instead, they go and find new friends and get discarded into the pile to the person of your left. There you go, Pink. So Tiny goes to my discard pile. I take my hand of 5 and I choose to play 1. And I'm going to play my best friend Sparky. So Sparky lets me upgrade my fort. To be able to upgrade my fort from level 0 to level 1, I need 2 random resources, which is shown here. So I'm going to pay my toys and my pizza back to the supply and increase my fort level. Level 1 means that I can bet a made up rule. So I get to have a look at these. And I'm going to take this one and I have that face down. Because that's a public action, I'll then find out if Pink would like to follow my lead. So I don't have a water gun, so I cannot follow their lead. Now is phase 3, recruit. And I'm going to recruit Prince from their yard. Him and Sparky go straight into my discard pile. Cards that were in my hand before And the cards that were in my hand, they go into my yard. This one, Ace, is my best friend. He doesn't go in my yard because he's not going to go play with anyone else, so he goes into my discard pile. I then draw 5 from my deck again. I've run out of cards from my deck, so what I do is I shuffle my discard pile. I can't shuffle. And I take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then check the cats. Do I have 2 skateboards? Nope. Do I have 2 glue? No. And we're done. My turn again. First part of the turn, discard. Because it's a dog, he doesn't go into my discard pile, he goes into my opponent's. There you go, green. Part 2 is I play a card from my hand. I'm going to go for Prince, whose sign here means that I can tuck 1 card into my lookout per how many crowns I have. That's my public. I do have 2 crowns, which means I could tuck 2 people behind, but one of them is my best friend and the other 2 are dogs that don't go into the lookout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one and I'm going to tuck Ghost. For your lookout, you can store 1 card for every fort level you have, plus 1. So at the moment, fort 0, I can have 1. When I get to level 1, I can have 2. This means the suit is there as a bonus. So anytime I play a crown now, I get 2 crowns rather than just the 1. Then my private action is I get a victory point for the amount of cards that are in my lookout. So I've got 1, so I get 1 victory point. Then I'll find out if green wants to copy. I have a crown, so I'm going to play. And I am going to tuck behind a glue. This goes into my discard. Step 3 is to recruit. So I am going to recruit. I'm going to take 1 blind from the deck. And he goes straight into my discard pile along with the guy that I've just played. The rest of my hand, my best friend goes into my discard pile. And my 2 leftover goes into my yard. Then I draw another 5 again because I don't have 5 in my deck. I shuffle my discard pile. And draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check the cats. There's not 3, so Dumpling won't move. There's not 2 skateboards, and there's not 2 glue, so I don't get any cats. First part of my go, discard from my yard. So our dogs go into the discard pile of my opponent. They go pink, and you guys go into my discard pile. And then play one of my cards, and I'm going to draw 2 per draw for card. I'm going to say that this wild card is glue for suit because I have 1 in my lookout, which means I get 4 of these. So 2 for this card, 2 for this card. This means I can take either pizza or toys, but it has to be the same one. However, because I have more than 1 card, I can take 2 pizza for this card and 2 toys for this card. That's what I'm going to do now. 2 toys and 2 pizza. This symbol here on my private action means that I can trash a card if I want to. I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm not going to trash a card. I would then find out if my opponent wants to follow the leader and also take 2 if they have glue. I do have a glue. It is a dog, so I don't want to use it yet because dogs come in handy later on in the game. I have a wild card as well, but I'm not going to use that. So I will not copy. Now I get to recruit, and I think I'm going to recruit Golden Boy because I like the look of being able to swap pizza and toys when I need to. So Golden Boy and Ace go into my discard pile. You put a new one out in the park. And then anyone left in my hand goes in my yard. Draw back up to 5. I've only got 1 here. So I'll shuffle my discard to make a new deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, I've got 5 in my hand. Just check. 2 skateboards, 2 glue. Nope, none of the cats come and join us today. I have just remembered that I did have the cat in my yard when I upgraded my fort. So I shouldn't have been able to do that because I didn't have enough resources. I can't really go back on that now because we've changed things around. So what I'll do to make up for that is I'm going to put one of my toys away. And in the future, remember that this cat is in my yard. So, back to my turn. Discard your yard. These 2 are dogs, so they go to my neighbour's yard. They go green. Take my hand. I'm going to use the same as green just used and get 2 resources. And I'm going to go for crown suit. So I can do the same thing and get 2 and 2. Now my pizza is full. I cannot get any more pizza and there is no room in my pack for it. So that's my 2 from here, and then because I've got the crown, I get another 2, which I'm going to take toys. I'm not going to trash the card from my private action either, but I will see if green is going to follow my lead. I have quite a few crowns actually, so I could use any of them. And I'm going to go with using Tiny. And I will take 2 toys. And Tiny goes into my discard pile. Now I get to recruit. I'm going to take Scout from the park. He goes straight in my discard pile, as does Blades. Someone else comes to the park. And then the cards that I didn't use in this round, we just check that there's no best friends, and they go into our yard. Now I have more than 3 cards in my yard, so then Dumpling comes to me. Draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give my discard a shuffle. 5. And that's the end of my go. Time for my go, so I discard from my yard, straight into my discard pile, and I play 1 from my hand. I'm going to play Punky. He has no public action, so even if Pink wanted to, they couldn't copy me. So the private action is 1 thing per water gun. I don't have any more water guns in my hand, so I'm just going to get 1 thing, and that's going to be pizza. As I have no public action, I don't take anything, but also we don't offer Pink a go to look at it. So you go straight in my discard pile, and I get to recruit someone. I recruit Bug from their yard. He goes straight in my discard pile. These guys go in my yard. I redraw 5. Again, 1, 2. Shuffle my discard. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of my go. So I discard from my yard. Points goes into my discard pile. Pesto and pumpkin go to my neighbour's discard pile. And then I play. Oh, so I'm definitely going to use Zip because he lets me upgrade my fort. So to upgrade, I need 2 resources, and they can be anything. So I'm going to take 1 pizza and the toy from my pack. Upgrade, and I get the made up rule. So I get to choose one of these. I'm going to take Sleepover. And I'll find out if green would like to follow my suit. I could use one of the dogs. But no, I'm not gonna upgrade yet. I then get to recruit, and I will recruit. I'm gonna take Thunder from the park. Go straight in my discard pile. So there's Zip, 1 new person in the park, and I will. Then everyone else goes into my yard. My best friend, however, into my discard pile. Dash, Penny, and Doc go into my yard. That's the end of my round. Oh, wait. No, it's not. I draw back up to 5. 1, 2. Give these a shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Plus the 2 makes 5. So these friends go into my discard pile. And then I get to play a card. Nothing really that I can do except for Bug. So for my private action, 1 victory point per fort level. So I will gain 1 point because I'm fort level 1. And for my public action, I get 1 pizza per spade. I only got 1 spade, so I get 1 pizza. And I'll find out if pink wants to do the same. So I do have a spade in my hand, so I'm gonna follow that and take 1 pizza. And then Scout goes into my discard pile. Now I get to recruit. I'm gonna take Doc from the yard. No, I'm not, because I can't pick it up. I'm gonna take Doc, so Doc and Bug go straight into my discard pile. In my hand, Ace, my best friend, also goes into my discard pile. And then my 3 dogs go into my yard. I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because I have 2 skateboards in my yard, Bandit's now attracted to my yard. Before you play a card, you may take 1 resource from a rival's pack and add it to your stuff. That's quite good. I think I did the same thing before where I forgot that Dumpling was in my yard. Actually, there's 3 cards over there as well, so Dumpling moves over there. I think I forgot that I had Dumpling when I upgraded my fort, but I can't remember. Okay, discard my yard. Add 2 suits from hand different from each other, not. Okay, so I'm going to use Barkley. It says add 2 suits from hand different from each other and not crown. So I'm going to use a skateboard. I'm going to use a wild, which I'm going to say is glue. It says you may use up to 2 kids action in any yards or parks as if you'd played them, one at a time. Rivals may follow, do not discard them, and then I add Barkley to my doghouse. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Skid's private action and upgrade my fort. So this time, to upgrade my fort, I need 1 pizza, 1 toy, and another of my choosing. To increase my fort, we'll take 2 pizzas, 1 toy, and I get a perk as well. So let's have a look at these perks. After you recruit, you may recruit another one from the park or the park deck. I'm going to take this one because that means I get to recruit multiple times. So that's my perk. And then I get to choose 1 more. I will take 1 stuff per water gun. So I will take 1 more toy. And then I'll find out if green wants to copy. So I could take 1 toy if I had a green, which can do, but I don't think I want to, and I don't have a skateboard to be able to follow Skids. Now, Barkley goes into my doghouse. That goes for Endgame Scoring. These 2 go into my discard pile. The rest of my hand goes in my yard, and I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of my go. So I discard from my yard. Because they're all dogs, they all go into my rival's discard pile. Publicly, I'm going to upgrade my fort using my friend Sparky. So before I play, I can take 1 resource from a rival's pack. They've got nothing in their pack, so it doesn't move. And because I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to remember that I have Dumpling the cat. So whenever I upgrade my fort, I must spend 1 more resource. So to upgrade to level 2, I must spend 1 pizza, 1 toy, 1 of my choosing, and an extra thanks to the fat cat. So I go 2 pizzas, 2 toys, and they're upgraded. And we'll find out if Pink wants to also upgrade. So for me to upgrade, I need 2 pizzas, 2 toys, and 1 other thing I don't have enough of, so I'm not going to follow suit. Because I've upgraded to level 2, I get a perk. I'm going to take recycling, which means I can trash the card that I played, so I put it back in the box, never to be used again, in order to take 1 from my discard pile. And now I get to recruit. I'm going to take a blind. Doodles. It's quite a good one. So both Doodles and Sparky, who I played, go into my discard pile. Check that there's no best friends, and then they'll go into my yard for my hand. I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the end of my go. So I discard from my yard and play 1. I'm going to play this one, get 1 pizza per skateboard. I'm going to pair it with this one, so I get 2 pizzas. Because 1 pizza per skateboard, I've got 2 skateboards. My private action is I get a victory point for anything in my pack. However, I've got nothing in my pack, so I can't take this one. And then we'll find out if green wants to copy. I do have a skateboard, but I'll copy. So take 1 pizza, and that goes in my discard pile. So I'm going to recruit, and I'm going to take Skids. And from my perk, I can recruit another one from the park or park deck. So I'm going to take a second one. They go into my discard, as do the 2 that I played. And then my hand goes into my park. Draw 5 from my deck, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, makes 5. My deck, my hand, and that's the end of my go. So I discard my yard. I'm going to play Golden Boy. For his public action per amount of crowns, he gets to swap 1 pizza for toy or vice versa. So I'm going to swap 1 pizza for a toy. My private action is that I can trash a card from my opponent's yard. See, it says on our little handy sheet, trash a card in your opponent's yard. This is great because at the end of the game you do get points on how many cards you have in your hand. So I can take one out of theirs, they might lose those bonus points. So here we go, we take Scout out. The Scout is gone forever. Now I'll see if Pink wants to copy my public action. I don't have any crowns. Wow. Look at that. I don't have any crowns, so I cannot copy. So with that, I get to recruit 1, and I am going to recruit... I'm going to take Penny from their yard. No, I'm not. I'm going to take Penny from their yard. Straight in my discard. Golden Boy also goes into my discard. Check any best friends. Nope. Go into my yard. Pick up 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of my round. Nothing in my yard, nothing to trash, so I will go ahead and play a card. I have a lot. So I might as well use this one. Fort level 2, which I have, plus 2 skateboards. Well, I have plenty of skateboards. You may discard any number of kids from your lookout. Then you may add up to 2 kids from your lookout from your hand and discard pile. Add Ranger to your doghouse. So I can discard the crown from my lookout. And then I can add up to 2 from my discard and my lookout. So I will add the crown back, and I would add a skateboard back. That's back to my hand. Because I'm now level 2, I can have up to 3 cards in my lookout. Ranger. There's no public or private action. It doesn't say that we can copy here. So Ranger goes straight in my doghouse. These codes go in my discard. And I get to recruit. And I will take Bug from the yard, go straight into my discard. From my hand, they're both my best friends, so they don't go into my yard. So I would discard from my yard because they're both dogs, they go into my rival's yard. And then I will play. I'm going to play Doc. I think she's pretty cool. So for that, I get to put 1 in my lookout and something in my pack. I'm gonna put Blitz into my lookout. And I'm going to take a toy and put that into my pack. Then I get victory points for how many cards are in my lookout. So I've got 2 in my lookout, so I get 2 points. 1, 2. I'll then see if Pink will like to copy my public action. So I don't have any blue. I don't have any books, so I will not be able to copy. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to recruit blind. Put in. She goes straight to my discard pile. Ace, my best friend, goes also into my discard pile. So does Doc. And then Golden Boy and Prince go into my yard. Draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing in my yard to discard, so we're just fort level 2 plus a skateboard, game up 3 resources, add them to your stuff or pack. So I'm going to go with pork chop, fort level 1 plus, and add 2 skateboards. So here we go. 1, 2. Gain up to 3 resources from the supply, add them to your stuff or pack in any combination. So I'm going to add a pizza to my pack and 2 toys, no, another toy to my pack and a toy to my stuff. Doesn't say that green can copy, so these 2 will go into my discard. Pork chop will go into my doghouse, and then I can recruit. My perk says it doesn't say you can use it once or use it multiple times. So I'm going to go with do it multiple times. So I'm going to take Prince from their yard, and my second one, my birthday party, I'm going to take 1 blind. They go straight into my discard. These 2 in my yard. Then draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my deck. There's my hand. So discard from my yard. Play. So I'm going to instead get toys per glue stick. I have 1 glue here. I also have 1 in my lookout, so that means I get 2 toys. My private action is I get a victory point per how many things are in my pack. So I've got 1 resource in my pack, so I get 1 victory point. So I don't have any glue, so I can't copy. I forgot to use my cat here. I could have done that, but I could have afforded to do that. Now I get to recruit. I'm going to take Smoke. You go straight in my discard. You go in my discard. Any best friends? Yep, Sparky. And the rest of you go into my yard. Place there. Draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard from my yard. Prince goes in my discard pile, and Spud goes to Green's discard pile. Then I play. I'm going to play Bug. The public act I can't do because I don't have room for pizza, so I'm just going to do victory points per my fort level. Fort level is 2, so I scoop 2. 1, 2. Then I will see if Green wants to do the public action, even though I haven't taken it myself. Yep. I do not have any spades, so I won't be taking that. So I can recruit. I'm going to recruit Babyface. And I'm also going to take Spike from over here because I've got my birthday card park. These go straight into my discard. Bug goes into my discard. I check my hand to make sure there's no of my best friends, Blades. And then these 3 go into my yard. Because there's 3 in my yard, Dumpling is now attracted to my yard. Also, I've got 2 skateboards, which means Bandit is also attracted to my yard. Draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of my go. Fill in the park. Discard from my yard. And play. This time I am going to play Sparky. Because A, I have enough resources to use, and B, I no longer have the cat. That means I have to have more. So to upgrade my fort, I need 2 toys, 2 pizzas, and 1 of my choice. So 2 toys, 2 pizzas, and an extra toy. I upgrade. This time around, I get nothing for upgrading. I just get more points at endgame and get closer to level 5, which will, if I'm first to get, I will get the macaroni sculpture, and it will also end the game. Then I'll check to see if Pink wants to follow. There's no private action for this one. So I do have a water gun. It is a dog, but I will use it. And I 2 pizza, 2 toys, and 1 random. 2 pizza, 2 toys, 1 random, and I'll upgrade also. And you go in my discard. Now I get to recruit, and I will recruit Thunder from their yard. So Thunder, Sparky goes straight into my discard. Check there's no best friends, and they go into my yard. Gone back to having more than 3 in my yard, so Dumpling is attracted to me. Draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the end of my turn. I'll clean up my yard. And then I'm going to use my Bandit, because he's still in my yard. Before you play 1 card, you may take 1 resource from a rival's pack and add it to your stuff. So I'm going to take their toy and add it to my stuff. And then I'm going to play. So I'm going to play Skids, who per skateboard can put something in their pack. I'm at level 3 fort, which means I can have 4 things in my pack. I already have 2. So I have 1 skateboard here, I have 1 skateboard here, which means I can add 2 more things to my pack. So I'm going to take 1 of each. No, I'm not. I'm going to take 2 pizza. Because my private action says that I can upgrade my fort. To upgrade my fort, I need 3 pizza and 3 toys. So I have 3 pizza. I have 3 toys. Then I'll find out if Green wants to also put stuff in their pack. Don't have a skateboard, but I do have a wild card, so I will use that to pretend to be a skateboard and put a pizza in my pack. That goes in my discard. So now I get to recruit. Again, it's my birthday party, so I can recruit more than 1. I'm going to take Doodles, and I'm going to take Puddin. Straight in my discard pile. Also in my discard pile. None of these are my best friends. Oh, Zip's my best friend, so he goes in my discard. These 2 go in my yard. Draw back up to 5. So I give my discard a bit of a shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clean up my yard. Don't have much, so I'm going to have to get some more stuff. So I'm going to get 2 toys on. Yeah, I'm going to say that this one here, ace, the wild card is a glue stick, which means I get 2 resources. I've got another glue stick here and one here, which means I can have 6 resources. So 2 toys, 4 pizzas, and I'm not going to complete the private action. Just see if Pink would like to complete my public action and follow the leader. So I don't have any glue sticks, so I'm not gonna complete the action. Pull up the park, and I get to recruit. I'm gonna recruit 1 blind. You go straight to my discard pile. You 2 go in my discard pile. Either of these my best friends. Yes, you go in my discard pile. Spud goes into my yard. I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of my go. And clear my yard. Prince goes into my discard pile. Pumpkin goes into greens. And then I play. I'm going to do the same as what green did. I'm going to take this as a skateboard. So I get 2 resources for 1 skateboard, plus another 2 for a 3rd skateboard, plus another 3 for a skateboard here. Jesus. I'm going to see if green wants to copy. I do have a skateboard, but I don't have enough room to be able to copy. So these go in my discard. I get to recruit, and because of my birthday party, I get to recruit 2. So I'm going to take Thunder, and I'm going to take from the deck straight into my discard pile. Restock the park. Check any best friends. Nope. So you go into my yard. Because there's 3 cards in my yard now, Dumpling gets attracted over here. Redraw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the end of my go. Just carve from my yard because it's a dog. It goes into the other. And then I get to play. Is there anyone that helps me upgrade my fort? Yes, Sparky. So I'm going to play Sparky. To upgrade my fort, I need 3 toys, 3 pizzas. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I get to upgrade my fort. There's no private action, so I'll find out if Pink also can upgrade their fort. I don't have a water gun. I could use my wild card, but for me to upgrade, I need 3 pizzas, 3 toys, 1 other. And because Dumpling's in my yard, I need an extra resource, which I just don't have enough for. So then I get to recruit. I'm going to take Skids from their yard, straight in my discard. Sparky goes in my discard. I check. None of them are my best friends, so they go into my yard, which means Dumpling comes back to being attracted to me. I draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the end of my go. So discard from my yard. And before I play a card, I can take 1 resource from a rival's pack and add it to my stuff, so be rude not to take their pizza, really, won't I? And then now that I've got rid of the Dumpling cat and I've got lots of resources, Hopefully someone in my hand can help me upgrade my fort. Yep, my best friend Zip. Always rely on your best friend. So I will use 3 pizza, 3 toys, and 1 extra. So let's go 4 pizza, 3 toys, and I will upgrade my fort. Because I'm the first one to upgrade to level 5, I get the macaroni sculpture. You go in my doghouse. No, you don't. You go in my pile. I get to recruit, so I will recruit with my birthday party, Blitz, and Bug into my discard pile. We'll restock the park, but because I have reached level 5 fort, I've actually ended the game. So there's 3 ways in which you can end the game. You can get victory points of up to 25 points on the track. You get to level 5, or the park deck is out of cards. When someone does end the game, you finish everyone so they got an equal round. Because green was the first player, pink finished their round, everyone's had an equal number of rounds, so the game is over. And then we go on to scoring. First, we score for the amount of points for our fort. Because I'm on fort level 5, I get 23 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. And because I'm on level 4 fort, I get 16. 4 plus 16 is 20. Then we go on to our made-up rule. My made-up rule was sleepover. At the end of the game, score 8 points if you have the most cards, and if it's tied for the most, you score 4. So this is cards that are included in your lookout, your hand, your yard, your deck, your discard pile, and your dogs. So I've got 3 in my doghouse, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 2 in my lookout, 22. I have none in my doghouse, 2 in my lookout, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So pink has the most cards there, so they get their 8 points for their made-up rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My made-up rule, popularity. At the end of the game, score 1 point per card in your lookout. So I've got 2, so I get a bonus 2 points. Because I got the macaroni sculpture, I get a bonus 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have more than one person at level 5 for the forts. If, for example, green had copied me when I had done my level 5, but they couldn't because they didn't have enough resources, we could have both been on level 5. Or if I was the first player and green then got another turn and they could upgrade their fort, because it finishes on an equal number of turns, they could have also got their level 5 fort. So the macaroni sculpture only is the person who gets the level 5 first. Then we go on for cats and dogs. At the end of the game, whoever has the most dogs in their doghouse gets a bonus 7 points. I have 3, green has none. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As for cats, there's a little table in the rulebook that says how many cats you score based on how many cats are staying with you. So for 1 cat, you get 1 point, 2 cats, 3 points, and 3 cats, 6, and 4 cats, 10. So each of us have 1 cat staying with us, so we each get 1 point. And as you can see, I am the winner with 46 points compared to green's 23. That's the end of the game. Thanks for playing along with us.